Hello, team owners of the USFL. This is the State of the League address. I'm going to make it as short as I can. The state of the league is good from the Atlantic to the Pacific, to the Central, and to the South. From the 16-team league to the 20-team league, the state of the leagues is good. Moving forward, first off, I want to say that both leagues are important to us all. You guys in the 16-team league have a learning curve, and because of our league settings are so unique. Basically, I looked at last year, at the end of the year, a standard league versus ours on scoring, and pretty much the players ranked out about the same. I think the big difference is of course we're PPR, and we adjusted on the PPR. We adjusted on the quarterback for his accuracy. We've tweaked even the field goal kicker because other positions seem to outscore way too much and make the kicker insignificant at one time, so we tweaked that a little bit. So it has been tweaked through voting and polls, but I think that's what makes the league as good as it is. You know, these commissioner leagues are much better than non-commissioned leagues. The non-commissioned leagues are dead. You don't know anybody. There's no camaraderie. Look, it's all about relationships here. We've got 36, 37 guys collectively in the two leagues, and everybody's got to know each other big time in the main league. It's what makes it so good. Everybody almost seems like they know each other. There's a few guys that do know. You know, there's a few guys I've known personally and have friends that are in the league. One guy's my mechanic in the main league, and then we become friends. Some of you guys don't know each other at all and become friends through the league. It's all about relationships. Most of us the same age. Chris Flame with Birmingham Stallions in the number 16 team league. His dad spoke of the USFL a lot, and so Chris said, I'll play. So we love having that youth and energy as well. So the state of the league is good. Both leagues are viable now and important to us all. We do have Ricky Carver, a new guy that a lifelong passion, it seems like, is what he's told me, is to have a USFL league, dynasty league. And he was very aggressive in the beginning, kind of got into our system, and then started picking on players. And he and I talked about that. He agrees. He's probably rushing it just a bit much, and knows that for his league to start out right and strong is very important. So we have decided that he's going to launch that next year. He's going to continue, I think, to participate in our league and grow relationships. All I ask is for you guys communicate with me first, before Ricky even, and say, hey, you know, I'm going to join the Dynasty League and see what it's all about. Be forewarned, though, if you're in the 20-team league and you're in the Dynasty League, I think that's going to be a lot of work. You probably don't need to be in any other leagues at all. The Dynasty League sounds like a lot of work and a lot of calculation, probably even more so than our 20-team league. But nonetheless, communicate with me first, because I'm trying to keep our two leagues viable, and I'm trying to work hard to create the relationships with everyone, the camaraderie, and to make it fun for everyone. The last thing we need is to be spun around and disintegrated or mixed up and messed up too fast, too rapidly for me to make the adjustments. So Ricky has agreed, and that's what we're doing. That's what that's all about. That's a third league. That will not be under umbrella. That will be a separate entity. But let's all communicate as to who might want to play in that league or not. And I'm going to help Ricky start out next year right with his Dynasty League, and at the same time preserve both of our leagues. So look, the playoff system is different in our league. We don't allow people to just quit playing, as in the dead leagues. You know, some of those dead non-commissioner leagues, you know, what happens is you end up half the squad, half the players in there quit just because the draft wasn't good, or they wasn't happy, or they lost their first game. And that's so, I'll never play in those leagues again. So, you know, we make sure, and I watch weekly, that everybody's playing. If you appear not to play the first week, I'm going to make note of it. If you appear not to play the second week, I'm going to call you out on it. And if you don't communicate with me and give me good reason as to what's going on, then we might have a problem. So no one wants to play a team that's not even playing. You know, so I think most of the majority are going to feel that way. And again, it's all about representing your city, your USF franchise, and playing it out throughout the season. Don't quit playing, guys. I am watching at all times. Look, we're going to have some highlights. I'm going to do some highlights actually today on the 16-team league, just because I see some great matchups next week. And I'm going to do that to give y'all a little taste of what the highlights are about, how they make things fun. You have a chat window for the 16-team league, a chat window for the 20-team league. And so use those chat windows to communicate with your players in your league. And I will do post things in the closed group as well at times. Everybody needs to see those. My videos sometimes are long-winded, but there's usually information that's valuable in there, especially for you new guys in the 16-team league. There's explanations of why we do things and such, and it's good to know that. Sometimes there's an explanation of why rules are the way they are. So it's good to watch the videos, not just to hear me talk, but there's usually something good in there. I usually try to mention people's names, so your name could be mentioned in some of these videos at times, recognized, if you will. So it's fun and worth watching. Playoff system. Our playoff system is unique. This is another reason why there's no reason for anyone to quit. You have a top-tier playoff, which is 8 teams, a second-tier playoff, which is 8 teams, and if you win the first 2 rounds in the bottom tier, you get to play a top 8 team that lost in the first 2 rounds. So you can finish 14th, 15th, or 16th in a 16-team league, and then you can end up playing in the 3rd round of the playoffs and beat a number 7 or 6 ranked team and end up on the top 8 board for the end of the season. So there's no reason to quit playing. There's no reason to quit lining them up. It is a accumulation of moves. You need to be working your waiver wire. It is a total, there is some luck, but there is a cumulative moves throughout the year that make your team better or worse. And that is why it's important to play each and every week. Play the waiver wire. I know life is busy, but look, you chose to sign up. You need to play hard. You need to represent your USFL city. Look, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Neither league is more important than the other. However, I will say the 20-team league, being the deeper league that I've worked on for 6 seasons now, is still going to be my baby. But I'm going to recognize and treat the guys in the 16-team league the same exact way. The settings of both leagues are the same for the learning curve purposes. And again, thank you very much. Have a great week coming up, a great season. The state of the league is good and strong, and we're so glad you're here. Have a great day.